Hey, YouTube.
Hey, so this is Andrew,
And Damara.
and we are here for week 2 of Tea Thursday, a series where we document Damaran's transition from.
Female presenting to masc presenting. I am non-binary, trans-masculine. So, kind of pushing the window over more toward the masc side than the femme side.
And today we are going to be talking about misgendering. Now, misgendering is something that everyone does.
Usually unintentionally.
But like the musical Avenue Q says, everyone's a little bit racist.
Sometimes.
Doesn't mean we go around committing
hate crimes.
By the way, if you haven't seen Avenue Q, I highly recommend it. If you like musicals and puppets, it's great. If you don't like either of those things, it's still pretty good. Misgendering, like I said, is something that we all do. As a cis man, I have primarily been the one to misgender. I remember there, way back in the Stone Age when I was in high school, I met someone whose name was Eleanor. That was the name that they gave me. And we were friends for years, and then all of a sudden, from my perspective, they wanted to be called Carrie, as in Elwes. And I was like, yeah, that's okay. I already know your name. I don't need a new name. And that was not the right thing to do. I was not respecting their freedom to choose their own identity. It was a dick move. It was unintentional. But it was an unintentional dick move is still a dick move. I got better. I learned. When Damaran decided that they no longer wanted to use their old name or their old pronouns, it was not a problem at all. Because, like I said, I learned, I grew.
Yep. It's a good thing. More people should do it.
So, that was my experience with misgendering someone. Tell us about your experiences being misgendered.
It's usually casual misgendering. I don't always bind. Obviously, today I'm not binding. So if I go out in public and I'm not binding and I have longer hair tied back, but I present sometimes more feminine than I would like. So I get casually misgendered fairly often. Ma'am, missed, excuse me, ma'am, whatever in the store. But luckily when I've told someone these are my pronouns, this is how I would like to be called, they usually respect it. My mom took a while. She took a while to get her head around it, and I'm glad she's finally respecting things. And she slips up, but she catches herself now, and I appreciate that she does catch herself and say, my girl, no, wait, my child, or my offspring, or my, whatever. Like, my daughter, no, my, whatever.
You'll always be her baby.
Oh, God. Yes, I will always be her baby. But and earlier on in my transition, when I was still starting to socially transition, me and her had some friction over my gender, basically. And I had to send her a lot of articles about gender and sexuality and gender identity and all that stuff, articles and science stuff and studies, and to help her get her head around it. She's a teacher, so that helped. She does actually absorb new information, which I can't say that about every parent, so I am thankful that my mom at least is growing and learning and continues to progress. But until then, it really hurt. Until she started figuring it out, it really hurt.
Well, I'm glad that your mom got better.
Me too.
And I am glad that it's never been an issue with us.
Yeah.
So, those are some brief thoughts on misgendering. I think it's time to close out this broadcast the way we always do. I say like we've been doing it forever.
Well, we always will for this.
The way we always will. Yes, that'll work.
Okay.
And that is by having Damaran read a passage from The War Prayer by Mark Twain. Once again, link in the description. I think we can just say that the link will always be in the description because links cost nothing.
And it's worth reading. So, without further ado. O Lord our Father, our young patriots, idols of our hearts, go forth to battle. Be thou near them. With them in spirit, we also go forth from the sweet peace of our beloved firesides to smite the foe. O Lord our God, help us to tear their soldiers to bloody shreds with our shells. Help us to cover their smiling fields with the pale forms of their patriot dead. Help us to drown the thunder of the guns with the shrieks of their wounded, writhing in pain. Help us to lay waste to their humble homes with a hurricane of fire. Help us to wring the hearts of their unoffending widows with unavailing grief. Help us to turn them out roofless with little children to wander, unfriended, the wastes of their desolated land in rags and hunger and thirst, sports of the sun flames of summer and the icy winds of winter, broken in spirit, warm with travail, imploring thee for the refuge of the grave and denied it. For our sakes, who adore thee, Lord, blast their hopes, blight their lives, protract their bitter pilgrimage, make heavy their steps, water the way with their tears, stain the white snow with the blood of their wounded feet. We ask it in the spirit of love, of him who is the source of love, and who is the ever-faithful refuge and friend of all that are sore beset, and seek his aid with humble and contrite hearts. Amen.
Okay. So that concludes our episode for today. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Leave them below.
We would love to get a dialogue going. And if there's nothing else, one more detail. Bonk.
Bonk.
Bye.